on a submarine. I have a picture of the submarine there, page 49. And it was sunk in 1940. 26 people on the submarine died. George Oliver, the sole survivor. And his survival is quite amazing. When you kind of talk about it, when you read about it, he was down in the engine room. The depth charges were going off. There was such a massive explosion going on. He was sucked through the engine room, and it was described as he was spat out like a cork out of a bottle of champagne. Can you imagine that? And he survived, and he lived to the ripe old age of 92. It talks about the Germans picking him up and rubbing him down with schnapps. And he spent quite a long time as a prisoner of war in various camps. But that's an amazing story. It's that alone, it's a rich part of the family history. These different entries in the petty sessions, a lot of poaching. Now let's be honest, it's mainly poaching. So he was out. I kind of believe he was putting food on the table for his children. Maybe he would get caught 1 in 20 times doing it, so it was worth the risk. Mainly poaching, I say. There is a line in here where he assaults a police officer, and reading the newspaper article is quite kind of interesting. Police officers tracking him, kind of shines a light on him. There's rabbits hanging out of his pocket, blood everywhere. Not me, didn't do a thing. How can you hide that? How can you hide that? Thomas Hamwell Oliver. Post on the website a little while ago, 4 consecutive generations of graves in Stonesfield. Albert, Thomas, John Albert, Thomas Francis. But a pretty blank old family tree in terms of putting information and pictures and what have you around them. It stayed like that for such a long time. Until Bob came into my life. About a month ago, and all had changed. We met over the internet. We started sharing emails. Sounds like some sort of internet romance. Let me show you Thomas Hamwell Oliver. I don't know if there are people that have ever seen Thomas Hamwell Oliver. I certainly haven't. But this is him here.
I teach emigration at Oxford University on a 20-hour course with 20 hours of homework as well. So this is 40-hour course condensed to about 30 to 35 minutes. And so all I can really do is touch on a few aspects of emigration, but really show the type of things you can find out about ancestors who have emigrated. And I am just talking about emigration to foreign lands today. What you can find out. accounts, and I'll just read you a bit of a brief account of his time on board the prison dock. I had now a new scene of misery to contemplate, and of all the shocking scenes I had ever beheld, this was the most distressing. They were confined in this floating dungeon, nearly 600 men, most of them double-ironed, and the reader may conceive the horrible effects arising from the continual rattling of chains, the filth and vermin naturally produced by such a crowd of miserable inhabitants, the oaths and execrations constantly heard among them, and above all from the shocking necessity of associating and communicating more or less with so depraved a set of beings.
Brass bands.
Yes, that's exactly
and he was away from home so much that the children hardly ever knew him.
Yeah.
My grandfather hardly ever knew his father.
Well, he married Sophia Collett, and apparently that is Sophia Collett.
Collett, right, yes, that's right. Yeah.
So, yeah, your grandfather was definitely Joseph's grandson.
So which one was it for Battle of Waterloo?
That's Joseph there.
That's Joseph.
You know his gravestone?
Yes, I do. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah. Nicely tucked away under the tree, so it's kind of protected from the
My
elements.
grandfather, Ernest, he was a playboy at 9 years old. He left school at 9, he was a playboy. They were absolutely penniless. And he went behind to play with the bare feet. It deformed his feet.
Oh, wow.
And he had to have special shoes made when he was later in life because his feet were so deformed from being a playboy at 9.
Wow.
That was his upbringing.
Well, yeah, you're still kind of growing and developing at that point, aren't you? So, yeah, wow.
And you'd never believe he left school at 9 because he seemed such an educated man, to be honest.
Yeah, wow.
It's amazing.
So he died in 72.
He did.
So you were born in the 40s, so you've actually known him for quite a bit of your life.
Oh yes, I have. Yeah. But you always wish you'd spoken more about the past, you know.
Always the way.
Yeah,
Always
yeah.
the way.
Anyway, let these other people come in.
Yeah. There is an Edward and there is a John.
There John before.
Yeah, all 1600. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly 6. And that's when the records effectively.
that's why I couldn't just be on that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I'm not quite sure where you can go. I mean, I imagine it probably was still in Long Compton, but the records in Long Compton just stopped there.
Right. So there's nothing in the parish.
No. There's no parish records, there's no bishop's transcripts there. The half tax stuff doesn't hold anything either. So, I don't know, you never say never, but 1600 is about as far as we've got. I have a look at that, because I remember seeing Alfred Thomas and thinking, well, where does he fit in? But I think he's on a different branch.
Yeah.
But,
Well, there was Thomas's and Alfred come up all through the family.
yeah.
And I thought, well, you never know.
Well, let's verify it. I mean, if you wanna send that over, we can try and have a look at it.
Yeah.
Get to scan on, and Hilda May as well.
Well, did you want to get them off Dad or?
So this is your book?
This is mine, yeah.
Okay.
But you're quite welcome to photocopy them if you want.
Okay, all right.
But
Maybe we'll.
who's gonna have the back?
No, maybe one day we'll link up and I'll take some photos of them rather than taking them out of the
Yeah.
folder. I can just take
Yeah, I don't like this. Why I bought the whole book because I don't like to take them out. Obviously, I noticed you got that one.
Yes.
Best man. Did you ever know Bob? Bob, best man.
The other thing that was really interesting is when I wanted to sit down in
Same as if you drop into North Wales.
I can't remember. I remember when Clyde was born in 1955. Yeah.
Right, nice to meet you. Good to meet you. What we can give you is a picture of my namesake. The sort of pictures that are in it, we have the right one. Stuff like this. Bear in mind, I'll show you. Let's have another picture stuff on top. Yeah, okay, so that's my father. We're going to do a video after just to consider there's a little bit of the video.
Snap.
Like maybe just